Hi. Hello. How are we doing? Can you hear me okay? Hi, Miss Maddie. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Hi. Excellent. We'll just give it a minute or two just to see if anybody else is going to come. Hi. How are you doing? How are you doing, my love? Hello. You're so cute. Good girl. Oh. You've got biscuits, though. I gave you biscuits. I gave you biscuits. Oh, you want belly rubs? She wants belly rubs. Ignore the mess. I've been clearing out some boxes. It's recycling day tomorrow, so I can get rid of a few bits and pieces, hopefully. And once again, and this happened, well, none of you were in the last class, so you wouldn't know this, but the last time I ran this class, it ran for 13 weeks and it rained for 13 weeks straight. Do you need the Zoom app on your mobile? Not necessarily, no. It's optional. It's all optional. You can log in multiple times from pretty much anywhere. So if you wanted to be watching us on the computer and on your phone to show us your stuff with your phone, you could do that. But you don't have to. You can also do the old up to the camera thing, like most people do if you're on the computer or whatever. There's so many options. You can do whatever you want, really. And you can voice chat. You can video chat, you can chat on text, but be on camera, but not voice, all sorts of things. Play around. It's really just a get together for the class so we can have a, just kind of share what we've been doing, really, which for me is not a whole hell of a lot. I'm going to be honest, it's done nothing but rain. I had planned to go to the fairy forest today, and I woke up bright and early, 9 o'clock in the morning. It was absolutely hammering down, and I don't like being out in the rain, and I certainly don't like being out sketching in the rain, especially after being out sketching in the rain for 4 days last weekend. I'm like, no, it's not happening. So instead, what I've been doing, I should have brought my phone over actually and done this the other way. What I've been doing, I'm going to turn the other camera on. Hang on. I have been going through, because like I said, I'm clearing out boxes, I'm recycling stuff. I've been going through all my magazines, and I tend to look at magazines when I'm looking for something for a specific project. I don't normally go through looking at magazines with, oh, I'm looking for wings, or I'm looking for mushrooms, or I'm looking for trees, or whatever. And it's amazing what you find when you're actually looking specifically for something. I know, right? But I'm not used to doing that. So I've been doing a lot of collage stuff. So I thought this was good for, this is creativity and spirituality. This is how it, just stuff that comes to me that I find it and I think, oh, I like that for my thing. And of course it's got my dog in there. Be more dog. That's my mantra. Be more dog. There's a lot of air type stuff. You'll notice I loved this piece, but she didn't fit with the fairy bits. So I thought, well, I'll just use her as a front piece, and then it kind of grew from there. Just all sorts of stuff. Access your subconscious to self to find answers, because obviously I'm all about using your intuition and stuff. Heal your life. Clearance keeps coming up for me. Recycling, clearing out, spring cleaning. I think I'm being told to get my arse in gear and sort my studio out, so I'm getting my arse in gear and sorting my studio out. I've been avoiding it for too long. My places that I'm still, you've seen these before. I've been putting most of this up on the photo album. So if you want to look at the photos, you can. I found this interesting quote. I actually wanted to put it in here, but it was too big. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a bit guilty because they don't really know. They didn't really do it. They just saw something. It seemed obvious after a while. And for me, that's how creativity feels. It really is. People say, where did you get your inspiration from? And I just kind of walked around with the eyes open and boom, I had an idea, I don't consciously do anything. And part of what I've been doing with this process is trying to more consciously take note of where this inspiration comes from. And honestly, it just hits you out of nowhere. It really does. So I did an earth page. Again, more collage because it's too wet to go and do anything. I've done some sketching, but not a lot. I did do the red robin tree. I finished this one off on Patreon yesterday. I see this every single day because it pokes over the wall right outside my front door from the park, and it's beautiful. And when it's windy, it really does look like hundreds of robins sitting in the tree because it's flashing red and brown and green. So it's always that color. It's an evergreen, or technically ever red, I guess. I've left blank spaces because I've been doing other things. This is one of the ones from the herbs thing we've been doing on Patreon. I decided to do all my herbs in here. It's plants and leaves, and I thought if I'm going to do herb studies, might as well put them in here. So I filled in all that information. My sage from yesterday isn't in here. I probably won't put that in. Coriander and parsley from a previous session. I've got somewhere I've got a printout of that green man that I found. I need to put him in there. Then I've done an air collage. I love collage. My first love is collage. All my paintings start with collage. Anybody who's seen me paint knows that my paintings, my journal pages, everything, it starts with collage, and then I add to it. And kind of the idea behind this was to at some point go back in, maybe in places with acrylics like I normally do, and turn it into a proper piece. I may not, I might just do bits here and there or whatever. And then we're into fairies. So I used sparkly washi tape because of course I did. Come on. So this is my air section. And I did fairy fashion because I've had these pictures for a while and I couldn't quite nail down what it was about them that I really liked. Well, I knew what I really liked about them, but I couldn't quite nail it down. And then I looked at them all today and I was like, oh, it's all fairy stuff. Like, this is a fairy hairstyle. Come on. It's beautiful. This girl, obviously a fairy. I love this 1920s kind of Marlene Dietrich type dress where it's got a drape from the shoulder. That reminds me of fairy wings. And how it's all slim fitting and then it flares out and loads of fabric and trailing along the floor and stuff. And I just thought that was very fairy-like. And then this lady is just gorgeous. I think that's actually the same girl. I think that's her when she was young and that's her when she was old. So that I wanted an old face. She's beautiful. And then we did the ethnic faces last week. So I went to town with those, as you can see. Basically, as soon as we finished, I was so energized and having so much fun. I really went for it, and I just kept drawing and I kept coloring, and eventually it turned into this. And we got some birds, boids. And butterflies. And I found this quote that says, "Fairies and nature spirits tend the delicate blossoms so that they grace us for the spring and remind us that the new is coming into our lives." So these are all from a watch ad, a high fashion ad. They had all these, they're not real butterflies. They're like, these are silver. This is all silver and silk. And then I found this girl she's actually ballerina. She's had ballet shoes on, but she was too tall for the page, so I chopped her feet off. But I love this paper dress she's got on. Her dress is made of paper. It's all woven together, and she's got paper flowers and everything. And I thought that was really cool for a fairy dress or something. And then obviously I'm obsessed with bird wings and blackbirds and birds of prey. So we've got this beautiful, if you can see him, he's gorgeous. And then I kept the other half of it because the other half has, it's actually a shoe ad, as you can see. But look at all this intricate kind of leaf knotwork type stuff on the gate. I thought I could use that for the tree section for the green man. And also this ballerina, when I cut her out, she had this behind her, which is, look at that creepy ass tree. Is that not the most awesome creepy tree you've ever seen? I think it's painted. I think she was in front of a painted background, because this looks like a stage and this looks like a backdrop. But that is a really creepy tree. I love it. So that's going in my earth section. I kept this girl because I actually wanted to draw her. I didn't just stick her in because I want to draw her. She's beautiful. She's definitely fairy. Well, she is dressed as a fairy, so I thought she'd be really good. But I'm not keen on her wings, so I might change her wings and give her or try her with different wings. I think that's it for there. There should be another fairy girl, but she must be over on my other desk. And then that's it. I haven't done anything for water or air, fire yet, although I do have some collage pieces. And I have those petals that I've put in there for next week. So yeah, mostly collage for me at the moment, and a bit of painting and a bit of sketching. Not a whole hell of a lot. And then I just found this morning. I'd forgotten I had these. I've got loads of these. Hey, Rish. I've got about 15 of these. This is 15 and 16 issue from 2014. But look at this girl. She's so Titania, isn't she? Doesn't she just look like Titania? I don't know what she's supposed to be, but it's because it's fairy thing, you know. Again, that's very green man. So I thought, oh, maybe we could have a green woman. Oh, you'd love this one, Kristen. I can't remember. Oh, there we go. themagicaltimes.com. www.themagicaltimes.com. It's from the people who do Fairy Fest in the UK. It is a UK magazine, so it might cost you a bit to get them. But you can get old issues, and I think it's digital as well, if I remember correctly. I stopped getting it after a while because it started getting a bit expensive, but gorgeous books that have all the photos for the articles, and all the artwork and stuff is done by contributors to the magazine. So instead of, they get people to write articles, but they'll get a photographer who's into this kind of stuff to do. So you get like fairy photographers and costume photographers and all sorts of stuff. People doing the costumes and things. So it's really a community type magazine. It's really nice. But I thought she was very Green Man, so I thought I might try and sketch her, or at least her mask. Lots of ideas. I mean, she looks very fairy, doesn't she? Well, of course, they're all going to look very fairy because it's Fairy Fest. You know, they kind of dress up as fairies and they all get together and sing stuff and buy crystals and things. But, you know, look at this. Isn't this awesome? Jonathan Habens. His detailed ink work is amazing. And there's a really good picture of a green man in here, actually, as well. Obviously, there are fairy artworks in here. But there's definitely a green man. Laura Dallaghan. I'm sure a lot of you know the Red Witch. Laura Dallaghan's on YouTube. She writes for this regularly. That's Jan Fowler. That's Painted Dreams. Look. Elves and dryads and things. Fairies, right? You're in your grandma's place. On her computer, she means the iPad. Oh, bless. I loved all the colours in this, like the woodland nymph. I'm a sucker for red hair and green clothes. There you go, there's the green man. Esther Remington. That's going in my book. So much inspiration in these. And then I kept this one because it was all water magic and hairs and stuff. More elves. That's Lunesque and her bloke. More Lunesque pictures. More elves. That's nice. I like that one. Wouldn't that be cool for the Fire Week? I love this kind of artwork. This really inspires me. If I did nothing else than cut this out and put it in my journal to flick through and see when I wanted to, this alone would inspire me. More wings, birds. Yeah, this particular magazine's got it all, hasn't it? The Merry Maidens in Avebury. That'll be an article by Laura Dallaghan, because she lives in Glastonbury. What an interesting idea, giving a horn ram's horns, goat horns. Just started the whole collage turn to painting. Really, having a starting point is really inspiring. Yeah. I tend to use, look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's another Painted Dreams one. Painting Dreams, sorry, she is. I can't remember her actual name. It's the same girl who did my this one. Same girl. But yeah, I love these. They just, look at that. So pretty. It's a shame to pull the books apart though, so I tend to photocopy them and print them, put them in my journal, or scan them and print them out the size that I want for my journal, because it's kind of a shame to pull the books apart. Because the books themselves are inspiring. Grandmother just gave me some stickers she got at the grocery store for free with bees. Oh, cool. Yeah, bees are perfect for fairy wings. Goddesses. Yeah, so that's the Magical Times. Like I say, it's a UK magazine, but it only comes out like, it's January. This is January to August. It's a 6-month magazine, and there's like 20. I think there's 22 issues now. I tend to bulk buy 10 issues at a time on back issues, because it works out cheaper for me. But you can buy them one at a time as well. I've got a whole stack of them there that I haven't gone through yet. So there you go. That's me. That's what I've been doing this week, playing with collage. Because of course I have. Anybody else want to share some bits and pieces? Oh, were you showing us your bee? Did I miss your bee stickers, Risha? Were you showing us the bee stickers? Did I miss them? Hey, Cujo, give it a rest. Maddie! Maddie! Scooby! Leave it! Oi! Leave it! Hey! Enough. Come on, stop. Crazy animals. There we go. That's working now. Yeah, collage painting is really interesting. It's I use it as placement mostly. I don't literally do paint over collage. A lot of people do what they call paint over collage, which is where you literally paint over the collage and it looks exactly the same, but it looks painted, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's using somebody else's artwork technically, because it's using somebody else's photographs. So I tend to use collage more as a placement element. So my bird is going to be this shape. You know, when I did my raven, this is paint and collage. Hang on. Okay, 1 second. I'll just finish this. So this is paint and collage. And this is what it was inspired by. This is a screen cap of Sam the Raven from Pete the Dog Trainer's channel. So I screen capped it and printed it out. And then I've recreated the bird using other collage pieces. So like this is a piece of a net hat, and this is feathers from a hat and stuff like that. Rather than just, you know, stick the bird down. I used the outline of the bird. I drew around the outline of the bird and enlarged it, but I didn't just stick the bird down and paint over the top of it and make it look exactly the same. If I do that, I usually try to change it significantly, like doing it completely different colors or whatever. So it's got to be to the point where it's not recognizable immediately afterwards, or at all. But if you can do that, then that works great. And if you're just doing it in your own journal, it doesn't matter what you're doing. I do Twitch. I'm changing my schedule. I'm going to do Twitch on Fridays now. I'm going to do YouTube on Wednesdays and Twitch on Fridays, because I can't keep doing 2 in a day. It's taking up too much time and I'm not getting time to do other stuff that I need to do. So for a while I'm going to be doing that, because I've got to do One Book July next month, which is going to be more time on top of what I'm already doing. And then we get into the Christmas season and it's just crazy. So I'm cutting it down. Instead of 2 streams of 2, I'm going to do 1 stream one day and 1 stream the other. But it'll be longer streams. Instead of just being 2 hours, it'll be like Friday afternoons. I'll just turn on the camera and just paint for as long as I feel like it. And if I feel like painting for 4 hours, I'll paint for 4 hours, you know. But yeah, Twitch Fridays. New schedule will be going up on Monday, so keep an eye out for that, because that's what I do on my Twitch channel, is I just paint. Still trying to figure out One Book July. I might try use it to start at my YouTube channel again. Yeah, why not? We're actually, do you want a spoiler? We're doing bullet journaling. Or, well, we're not doing bullet journaling. We're looking at, this is a total spoiler and you can't tell anybody, okay? Vicky's putting a video out next week explaining it, but our one book this year complete twist, plot twist, is the bullet journal method. Ha! That's going to throw everybody. Oh, I can't wait to see the complaints we get. I don't do bullet journaling. I haven't got that book. Right, let's get Risha on. There we go. Now we can all see you, Rish. You can show us your stickers. Oh, how cool. Ladybug wings. Wouldn't that be cool? If they had like, I was thinking something along those lines earlier, like that. Was it Tracy posted the eagle or Stacy? Oh, the bees are so cute. I love bees. I'm a sucker for bees, especially bumblebees. The way ladybirds' wings, so there you go. See, they open, the shells open, and then the wings come out underneath. Wouldn't that be cool? If it came up like almost like a cloak. I was thinking that with that eagle, because of the way the eagle's wings fold, it almost creates a protective shell all the way around its back. And I was thinking, what if it had eagle wings that just turned into like a cloak? And then I remembered Maleficent, and I went, oh, I've got to watch that movie. See, inspiration. I love those little bees, though. They're so cute. What's the one? What's the purple and green one? What's that? I can't quite see what it is. Oh, is it just a picture of a cabbage? Oh, right. Okay. I thought it was something with wings. I was like, what's purple and green in those wings? Well, dragonfly, I suppose. But they're not that shape, are they? Awesome. I like those. Anyone else want to share something? Liz? Do you want to share us with us? What have you been up to? That's Liz. Liz is Aussie. It's like 3 a.m. for her or something ridiculous. You haven't done much yet. No. You've been catching up with the other class, haven't you? And yeah. But that's okay. Are you feeling inspired and got lots of ideas churning around? And oh, she's been drawing mushrooms.
Hang on. This is, am I on speaker?
Yes.
Oh. I found this tree in a park. It's not really air, it's more earth. But I'll show you.
Potato, potato, it doesn't really matter. This is not about, oh, we're only doing air this week. This is about whatever you're doing, you know. Oh, look at that.
Hang on, which way do I go? Where am I? Hang on.
Yeah, I know, it's awful, isn't it? It's all backwards.
No, yeah. Can you see that?
Yeah, go the other way.
No,
other way, towards you.
It's slow.
There you go.
There.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that tree's creepy. It's like it's got a little gremlin face and hands. Can you see it?
Oh, wow.
Doesn't it look like it's got a little face and hands? It's like a gargoyle.
I've got...
That's very cool.
Oh, it was earth. It was really earth.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do the prompts in any order. This is not about doing a specific class in any particular way. If nobody can tell you how you're inspired and what by when. I've been collecting flowers this week because all the flowers have come out and I want to catch them before they're all mowed down.
Yeah, it's the same tree. It just caught me. It was just beautiful.
Mm.
And then little Lockie climbed up and got stuck in it, and it was just a lovely moment.
Cool.
So I journaled about that, you know. Where did you see? You'll have to show me where you saw that. What did you say? A little gremlin.
Put your face. Put your thing back up, and I'll take a screenshot. Okay, hold on.
Wait.
More towards your face. Down a little bit. Oh. Stop. Stop there. Okay. That's fine. Let me find the picture. Hang on.
It's very slow. It's like lag.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of lag. Well, you are like 3,000 miles away. It's pretty impressive that this is you've only got a little bit of lag, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's face it. Where's that screenshot? There it is.
Really a lot too. Yeah.
Let me see. Share. Nope. There we go. So cancel that. And share. Portion of screen. There we go. Can you see him?
Yep.
Okay, this is what I'm seeing because I'm terrible for this. What's it called? Porphyria? I always get it wrong. There's one is porphyria and one is pareidolia and one is really kinky and the other is seeing faces and things. And I always get them mixed up. For those who don't know, I'm dyslexic and those kind of words I'm like, yeah.
Quite an unusual mix to get those two mixed up.
Kirsten can see it too. There we go.
Okay.
Colour. Okay. So I'm seeing his eyes here.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
And his little face and his big ears and his kind of horns.
Uh-huh.
And then he's got kind of hands coming down here.
Yeah.
And a body, and he's kind of sitting there. Right?
Yeah.
I think he's cool. He's like a little gremlin. Like a little like a gargoyle. He does look like a gargoyle, especially this bit here. He definitely looks like a gargoyle. Who's to say that the Green Man doesn't take on the guise of a gargoyle? Right? Yeah. Okay, how do I stop that happening now? There we go. So yeah, very cool. Kirsten, you're on twice. Did you want to show us something? She's been junk journaling and she is blowing it out of the park, people. She's putting the rest of us to shame.
I've seen, are they, yeah, I'm muted. I'm talking to myself. Mute me.
Mute me. You've done it. You've done it already. Let's pin me back up there. Kristen's new to the app, so give her a minute while she figures out how to. There we go. This is, for those who follow on Instagram, this is Wiki Dread, who's been doing all this junk journaling stuff. There we go. There she is. Let me spotlight you. Look at this. She's doing junk journaling. It's fab. I don't know if you're talking, Kristen. We can't hear you if you are. If you're using your phone, you have to use I think there's a thing at the top and one at the bottom that allows you to add audio. You need to link your mic first, and then your mic comes up as muted like everybody else's is. No, we still can't hear you, hun. It's tricky. Don't worry. Can you remember how to do it, Rish? There's a thing at the top that you have to link your audio and then you have to unmute it at the bottom, isn't there? For you, it's at the top, right? There's somewhere at the top, there's like something that you can tap on or something that allows you to add audio. And then at the bottom, you unmute. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. It takes everybody a little while to work it out because it's different on everybody's phones. Because I tried it and it's different on my iPad than it is on my phone. Oh, audio.
Is that me? Oh,
that's Liz. Okay, Liz. That was Liz. Ignore that. You're just going to do a flip. Okay. Isn't this fab? I was watching this the other day on Instagram, and honestly, I was just thinking, God, I wish I'd done a junk journal. It was making me hanker after my junk journals from earlier in the year. Just all sorts of stuff. Is that a painting or something you've clipped out? Oh, you can answer. Sorry. You drew the sketch. Cool. I love those ferns. Those are lovely. I love how they're all layered and intertwined. Oh, that's scrapbook paper. Cool. Oh, Risha says, what device are you on? She might be able to help you get your audio working. She's one of those who uses all different things. She's on an iPhone. Well, I can't help you there because I couldn't get my audio working on iPhone either. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Is the writing just writing that you've done? I'm trying to ask questions so they're just yes or no to make you easier to... So it's just creative writing. I'm trying to make it easier for you so you only have to answer yes or no. And an oracle card reading. Cool. A wax seal. Excellent. Wow, you're really going for it, aren't you? You're just searching all over the place. You're giving me ideas for what to do while it's raining. Fairy houses. Yes. Oh, I've got an article on how to make a fairy house. And a sketch. Cute. Love the mushrooms. That's pressed flowers, right? Elizabeth Gilbert. It's a simple and generous rule of life that whatever you practice, you become good at. Anybody else feeling a little bit jealous? Stamping. God, I haven't even got my stamps out yet. Green Man. I've got loads of notes in my... Brian Froud's Green Man. Right. I've got loads of notes in my other book on Green Man, so I'm going to do some bullet journaling, I think, just to kind of break it down, the important bits. Fairy gardens. So cute. "12 signs that fairies are near." Awesome. Oh, textured with an embosser. Very cool. That's something I've been doing actually, is pulling out stuff that I haven't used in ages. It's really inspired me to pull out. That's why I started painting with gouache, because I was like, God, I really like painting with gouache. I haven't used it for ages. And I pulled out oil pastels and all sorts because I haven't used them for ages. Children's tree. Oh, that's that spider and leaf thing. Oh, you coloured it in. That's really nice. I liked the black and white. I have to say, I really liked it in black and white, but it looks beautiful coloured. I think Risha's trying to work out how to do your sound for you, which would make this a lot easier. Another sketch. Oh, pretty. Oh, that looks like the kind of place fairies would live, definitely. I've always thought like right at the top of waterfalls or right at the bottom of waterfalls is where fairies would live. It was meditative. On an iPhone, the sound is at the bottom. Oh, Risha's showing you there. Can you let me pin Risha so you can see her? You might have to swipe on your phone to see her. Oh, so you tap the screen and it pops up on the bottom. Ah, there we go. Kristen, you've got your mic. You just need to unmute it now. You've got your mic picture. There you go. Tap your screen and tap on the unmute. Maybe I can unmute you. Hang on. Let me see if I can unmute you. No, I can't. Oh, you've disappeared again. Okay, your mic's back. Thanks, Risha. Don't apologise, it's fine. It takes ages to get it all working. Hey! Nope. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes!
Yay!
You can hear me then? Okay.
Yes.
So there's a pause on my mic. Brilliant. Okay.
Awesome. Sorry about that, everyone.
No, it's fine. It takes a while to get it sorted. Let me find you. And where did you go? There you go. Spotlight. There we go. Now you can talk us through what you're doing.
Cool. So you guys saw, I was planning on doing some sketches from these pictures here. And this is actually just down the street from where I live. So it's really
So
beautiful.
all of the photos are ones that you've taken?
Yes.
Because you like the nature photos, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. So that's why I put that note, like, don't forget. And then this is a postcard that I had just in my stash that I totally forgot about. And I found this poem online that just really kind of spoke to how I've been feeling in the class, because I feel like some of the people that I show in terms of like family and stuff, they don't necessarily get it. So
Rish is about to become your best friend. Rish is right there with you, aren't you, love? I think she gets a lot of, oh, that's nice, dear.
Yeah, this is that Tim Holtz vellum.
Ooh.
And you saw my green man on Instagram.
Yeah,
And
he's lovely.
Thank you. You know, I've never drawn a male face before, and your tutorial helped me out so much with getting that base face down. So,
yeah, he really does look male, not just... Yeah. A lot of times, people who are used to drawing females tend to draw androgynous males.
Absolutely.
But he actually does look like a man.
Hey. And that's the beginning of air that I got. So taking notes from the class, and oh yeah, so I found an eagle. Yeah, I went out to
Golden
get,
eagle.
yeah, we went to get some pizza, and this is probably the closest to where I actually live. It's literally just down the street. So we're waiting to get the pizza, and this guy flew right over us, and I'm
Wow.
literally sitting right there. So it's really neat. And then the fairy code. And as for air, I'm definitely focusing a lot on fairies. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the fairy zodiac at all, but I'm a Capricorn, so my fairy zodiac sign is Pan. So
I was going to say that looks like Pan with the flute.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He always reminds me of Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah, totally, with his feet, for sure. So that's really all I've been up to.
That's all. That's all she's done. She's done more than I have, but that's it, you know.
Yeah. So I got some more room, and the cool thing about this book is that I can pull pages out and rearrange if I want. If I hate a page, I can take it out.
I very quickly found that when I was junk journaling. Yeah, I didn't sew it together until afterwards. Elastic bands are your best friend.
Right.
That's awesome work. That's inspired me to light a fire under my butt and get some more done. Because I've just been sitting here going, oh, but it's raining. I don't want to go outside. Instead of getting on with it and just, looking at stuff. I started this weekend with the collage, but
really quick too. So I'm thinking about fire coming up.
Yeah, fire next week.
Yeah, I found some tarot decks that I wanted to work with for fire. And this is kind of a not very known deck that my husband got me for Christmas a couple years ago. And it's got this super dark, gothic-y feel to it. So I don't really know. I don't really know like what's going to happen as far as where it's going to take me, but
wait, you're right though. It does have a very fiery energy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, look at that.
Fairies.
Yay.
I'm not really into fairies. I prefer the werewolf personally, but
Tarot of the Vampires.
Oh yes, I've got that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it a lot, but the pictures are beautiful.
I use it a lot for birth chart stuff because the guidebook is so fabulous. But yeah, thinking about fire a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I actually I think you went along a similar line to me, because I was looking at sorry, I'm just trying to get my thing back. There we go. I was looking at the idea of using different decks as well, but I was focusing on, instead of fire, the dark, because I have the Bohemian Tarot. There we go. I have the Bohemian Tarot, which is very dark and gothic, and I thought that would be quite cool for using for Fire Week, because it's the opposite, and I'm not very into sunshine and bright stuff. I prefer the dark bits. Tracy, did you want to share anything with us, or just tell us about how you've been getting on? Or Risha, have you been doing anything in your book that you wanted to share? You've been working a lot, so not much time. Yeah. That's okay. If you're feeling inspired, that's okay. Here's Risha.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I haven't really done anything in my book apart from setting it up.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Beautiful things have dents and scratches too. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, see, this is how my brain works when I'm being inspired. Let me share something. Reading that quote, beautiful things have dents and scratches too. And I immediately thought of a video by Miriam Tilson that I watched the other day that was about a Japanese technique. I can't remember what it's called. I always get it wrong. I want to call it wasabi, but it's not wasabi. I always get it wrong. Where broken pottery is put back together with gold to make it beautiful again. Wabu-sabi. There you go. Thank you, Liz. It was close. Wasabi, wabu-sabi. Potato. And that immediately made me think of that. And of course, gold is fire, right? So broken pottery with gold in it could be used for the fire one. Sorry, Rish, I interrupted you again. I do that a lot, don't I? You carry on. So you're using a traveler's notebook?
Yeah.
Like a junk journal?
Like anything I want, actually.
Yeah, like a junk journal. Like whatever I feel like putting in it,
Yeah.
I will put in it. Perfect.
So, but I haven't done anything in it, but I mean, I have these ones.
Oh, she's pretty. Oh, these are the ones from that book you had?
Yeah.
I like her. She's awesome. Oh, Dryad. Cool.
And that's it.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Where have we gone now? Yeah. There we go. So that's it. There's nobody else here. Boo. Boo, hiss. And that was exactly an hour. We're good. We're very good, aren't we? So prompts for fire will go up tomorrow. And I'm trying as much as I can to put something up every day. And I do have something every day for fire. One of the things for next week is a ritual. Now, you don't have to do the ritual if you don't want to. But I've been kind of inspired by the whole idea of, Litha being the full moon of the year, as it were. Having problems with fire. Okay, we'll come back to you in a second, Rish, and find out what you need help with. I thought of Litha as the full moon of the year, the culmination, the longest day of the year. And then that made me think of ways that you could use that. Obviously, fire is cleansing. So using it as a way of getting rid of stuff that you don't need anymore, which, like I said, I've been very inspired by spring cleaning and cleansing and stuff like that. So that keeps coming up in my work at the moment. Not getting a lot of it done, but I'm trying. The trouble is I find the more I do, the more inspired I get, and then I have ideas and I get distracted by all the cool things that I find, and you know the problem, I'm sure. But I thought we could put together some kind of ritual that would be to do with getting rid of old stuff using fire, but in a more, because obviously Litha is a spiritual festival, less of a literal way and more of a putting to bed old things that we no longer want to deal with, whether that's literally burning that photo of the ex that you've still got that for some reason you're hanging on to, even though you don't really want it, to, you know, just negative thoughts that you have continually held about yourself that you're trying to break that habit of, or bad habits that you've got that you don't want anymore, things like that. So one of the prompts next week is going to be coming up with a list of, it's going to be a huge list, you know, like 3 to 6 things. I always find with this kind of stuff and any kind of spell work or rituals, the more concentrated it is, the better it works. So for me, I say take a few things to concentrate on. There's 6 months of the year. We're 6 months into the year. So 6 is a good number. 3 is a good number. 1 would be totally fine. Just to say, right, that is what I want to cleanse myself of. I'm hanging on to this, or, you know, this is something that I used to do in the past and I don't really do it anymore, but every so often that voice will pop up in my head and go, oh, yeah. You know, 8-year-old Tim on his Xbox going, oh, you know, yeah, it's past your bedtime. Off. You have to pick something that is, even if it's one thing that you want to say, you know, that is old. I'm done with it. I'm finished with it. It needs to get out of my life now. And that's not to say that it's something, I don't think it's a good idea necessarily, because that's full moon of the year. Like the dark moon of the year would be a time to start working on something like that. So something that you want to get rid of from your life in the future, work on it. Yeah. But because we're at the full moon, this is culmination. So we're the culmination of the year. What have you discarded already that is still hanging around? Think of it more like, rather than getting rid of things and having a clear out, actually taking that trip to the recycling bin to get rid of it. Because we've all got stuff that we've kind of over, we're kind of finished with it, it's kind of done, but it's still sitting in a box in the corner going, hi, you haven't taken me to the op shop yet. Hello, I'm still here. You know, we've all got that little box of bits that we haven't got rid of yet that are still clinging to us. That old post-it on the side, on the wall. Liz is very excited about this. She did an astrology reading with me the other day that was basically this. So I know she's got lots of bits she can put in that 6. She can fill that 6 box. But yeah, I thought we could do something like that, but we can do it in such a way that you create your own way of doing it. Oh, you started KonMariing your clothes yesterday. I need to do that. I haven't done that in 3 years, and I really need to go through all my clothes because I wear the same clothes all the time. I wear the same 3 tops, the same 3 jumpers, the same 3 jackets, and the same 4 or 5 pairs of leggings all the time. Plus, I've got a pair of jeans that I wear if I go out because I like jeans when I go out. I don't find leggings are pants, but only in the house, as far as I'm concerned. But I've got so much other stuff that I never wear. Why have I still got hold of it? Oh, Liz is showing us a. Hang on, let me spotlight you. Oh, wow. You really have gone to town with it and pulled it all out on the floor. Crikey. See, I think that's that one thing that she does where she forces you to pull it all out and dump it on the bed. You kind of have to deal with it then, don't you?
I know. Lockie's in the middle of all of that.
Oh, bless.
Look.
Oh.
Can you see?
I'll just sit here, just keep throwing stuff at me. It's fine. But that's the thing. Once you actually see it, you really do have to deal with it, don't you? Because you have to deal with it. If you want to go to bed, you've got to deal with it. And confronting that big pile, you know, who knew that you had that many clothes? I bet you didn't think you had that many clothes.
It's been a problem.
I did. I still have a big pile I KonMaried that I need to bin or get to the recycling centre. Yeah. Oh, well, that can be one of your jobs, Risha, for next week. That can be one of your jobs. I have to do the same thing. I did the same. I was surprised at how much stuff I had. Yeah. The biggest problem I have, and I bet Kirsten, sorry, I keep saying Kristen, don't I? I bet she has a similar problem, is I get all my clothes out and they're all black and I can't distinguish one from the other, and I get frustrated and I'm like, right, I've had enough now. And it gets thrown in the corner and a half and I just stuff it all back in the wardrobe.
Oh my God.
Because unless it's got zips or something on it, I can't tell the difference. It all looks the same. Yeah, you wear all earth tones, don't you? So I bet you have a similar problem. Oh, yeah. I do have a lot of stuff, though, that I know I'm never going to wear again. I've still got a suit that I've hung on to. I've got to have had it 12 years now, because it was a brand new suit that I bought for meetings and stuff when I had to go and see important people at the college, because the rest of the time, you know, I had bright pink dreads and I wore New Rocks and jeans and T-shirts and, you know, I was a goth. But when I had to go corporate, Liz was my manager, she said, you can get away with the bright pink hair, but in order to combat that and be taken seriously, wear a suit, get a proper suit so you look the part. Put your dreads up and then nobody will care that you've got pink hair because you'll look serious. And it did work. It did make a difference. But I've hung on to that suit just in case, you know, because I'm at that time where, you know, people start dying and stuff in the older generation, and I've got to go to funerals and stuff. But I would never, ever wear a suit to a funeral. I can't think of any reason I would wear a suit ever again, but I still got it. And I'm like, why am I hanging on to that? I don't. So I think for me, I need to sit and explore that and say, okay, what is it that this suit represents for me? And it might be that, I mean, now I think about it just off the top of my head, perhaps for me, it's the turning point between being able to physically be myself and have the crazy hair and do whatever I wanted, but still be taken seriously. And I think that was a key point for me, because that on its own has helped me transition to doing the witchy stuff, because I always had it in the back of my mind that, yeah, I can do art and journaling and planning and stuff, but as soon as I start mixing witchy stuff in, people are going to stop taking me seriously. And that did happen for a while. And now they're not so keen to dismiss it now. Because I'm not doing just hippy dippy kind of, oh, let's all wear tiaras kind of witchy stuff. This is proper witchy stuff. I actually wear every single item in my closet. I've mastered the capsule wardrobe. Capricorn problems, right? There we go. That explains why her book looks so good. She is taking it seriously. There will not be any unfinished about Kirsten's book. It will be done. It will be done properly. It will be done seriously. And when she's finished, she will wipe her hands and go, yep, job well done. Capricorns take fun very, very seriously. Like Virgos. Virgos can be spontaneous, but only if they plan it 6 weeks in advance. Capricorns can have fun, but only if they take it very, very seriously. Oh, anyway. I hope we've had an enjoyable 2 weeks. I haven't participated very much, and I do feel a bit bad for that, because I really wanted to do a lot more. I really wanted to be vlogging every day and showing you what I was doing and stuff. But the reality of it is I haven't been able to do stuff because I've been sat at home going, it's raining and I want to go to the fairy forest. I'm still going to go to the fairy forest. I don't care if I have to wait until July. I'm going to the fairy forest, and I will show you the fairy forest when I get there, because it's so exciting and I'm so excited to go. I've got my 12 quid in a little envelope over there. So I've got my 12 quid to get into the fairy forest, but I'm not going in the rain. That's just not going to happen, because I want to sit and draw the fairies, and you can't practically draw in the rain. Well, I can't anyway. So yeah, I'm going to have to find something to do indoors, but Kirsten, Kirsten's given me so many ideas there of what I can do while I'm pulling out all my boxes of stuff and rearranging. I'm rearranging my cart, as you can see. You've been depressed with the weather, so your book is pretty much empty. Oh no, I'm not depressed with the weather. I'm just fed up with it, and it makes me not want to do stuff. But seeing Kirsten's book, yeah, I got it right. And it's made me think, well, hang on a minute, while I'm going through all my stuff, I can be, you know, I've gone through my magazines, maybe I can go through my washi tapes and find some examples there of stuff. Maybe I can go through my stamps and have a clear out of those and see what I've got in there that might be interesting to use or inspirational, whatever. You're not sure what you want to do with fire. Oh yes, you were talking about fire. You didn't know quite what to do with it. Okay. Because you're not a fire person, are you? You're completely the opposite. You're all water. So we need to get you fire, but in a water way, I think. Explore your fears, do shadow work. Ooh. Yes. That's what I was going to go with, to be honest, because I'm not a sunshine and bright things kind of person, but I do like shadow work. And the more very strong sunlight you have, the darker the shadows are. What else? What else? Lots of ideas. Come on, let's throw ideas at her. She likes having ideas thrown at her so she can mull them over. I think fire and water together. For some reason, I think dragons. I don't know why. So that would be cool because dragons have wings. So you could mix that with your fairy stuff. And of course, it's air and fire. And they live underground, some of them. So earth. Yeah, dragons. Well, there you go. See, she likes dragons. There you go. Dragons, fire. Maybe that'll inspire you to come up with different things. Fears and fear of losing things. Yeah. Well, dragons hoard stuff, don't they? Dragons hoard gold, in fact. Again, sun. Which goes with our cleansing thing. What are you hoarding that you need to let go of? Or what are you holding on too tightly to? And that could be, you know, physically or an analogy for something. In terms of creativity, holding on too tightly to an outcome or an idea of perfection, or fear is an entire rabbit hole I'm not ready to explore yet. Yeah, Rish is a little on the dark side. If we let her go and explore that deep dark water, she may not surface for a while. So she's got to dip her toe in. Just acknowledging that is a start. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I'm a little on the depressed side, fear isn't something I can touch. Yeah, fear often is the root of depression. And if you're already depressed, the last thing you want to do is go digging around in it. You're giving me plenty of ideas though, Kirsten, because I don't do shadow work very often, and I quite often get a little bit lost with it because I'm quite shallow. As Cordelia Chase would put it, you scratch the surface and all you get is more surface. I really am very open. But I suspect there's lots of shadow stuff that I don't acknowledge, which is the whole point of shadow work. I've tried doing shadow work before several times, but I've never really come across anything. But it is something I want to explore. I think for you, Risha, you like dragons. It fits with fire. It fits with gold. It fits with our idea of what you're hanging on to that you need to let go of or release your grip on. So that's one way of doing it. And oh, I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, finally get to acknowledge that it's I can just draw a dark rabbit hole and a torch to signify it. Yeah, maybe here's an idea. Have you worked with spirit animals and totem animals and things, spirit guides? Maybe you need to find a dragon spirit guide to help you. You can do that through meditation. There's a whole section right at the beginning of When Frogs Sing 2019. I don't know if you were with us in January, but right at the beginning, it was like the second or third thing that I put up in the intro week was about working with spirit animals and how to work with spirit guides and things. You've been looking into dragons as a spirit animal. Well, there you go. Maybe that's what you could work on for your week, is finding this spirit animal helper. Because all you have to do. Oh, she's got a dragon on her necklace. Look. How cool is that? That's gorgeous. And he's a water dragon. Yeah. I think maybe that's the way to go then, is spend some time looking for your spirit helper, so that at some point, oops, sorry, I pressed the button. Oh yeah, he's cute. I like that one. That's like a little Welsh dragon. He's almost like a fairy dragon. He's cute. Yeah, maybe this dragon is what you need to be able to go down that rabbit hole. Because, dragons, fire, lighting the way, protectors. I get the feeling there's a lot of power within you subconsciously. Use your dragon to harness it. Right. How to train your dragon, honey. It's time to train your dragon, Risha. Well, you got to find your dragon first, and then you got to learn to ride him. I think that's a great project for you, and something for you to work on even for the rest of the year, or a lot longer than that. That's really something you can get your teeth into. And perhaps you can use this fire week to get in touch with your dragon, find images that call to you so that you can create what your dragon looks like in your mind. Because if you can see him, or even draw him, or collage him, or whatever, or even just pick a color that reminds you of him, then that is part way to being able to really tangibly get in touch with him. So let him inspire you. He'll come to you. If you've got a dragon spirit, he'll come to you. And I think if that's something that you've already been looking at, and you love dragons anyway, then he's probably been trying to get your attention. Maybe that's what you need to let go of. Maybe you need to let go of the ideas that are holding you back from seeing him. Maybe he's been sat there all along trying to get your attention, and you've got stuff that you need to clear out of the way so you can go, oh, there you are. Give him a name, or ask him his name. Oh, that sounds exciting. What a cool project. Now you have lots of ideas. Yeah, see, you just throw ideas at her and she goes, oh, now I know what I can do. Now I know what I can do. That's what inspiration is all about. That's what this class is for. Fantastic. Shall we wrap it up there, and we can go and I've got lots of creative energy now. I need to go and do stuff. You're always saying you don't know. Yeah. Kirsten's not in the other group, so she doesn't know you as well as we do. But Risha is our token Libra in the group. She thinks she knows, but she's not 100% sure. Well, I'm glad you've got lots of ideas for next week anyway. Once you get a couple of things thrown at you, you get lots of inspiration. Yeah. I think you have lots of ideas and lots of things around you that inspire you. It's just that Libra thing of, oh, but which one do I pick? If I pick that one, will it be the wrong one? You just don't know where to go. And sometimes you just have to be pelted with 3 or 4 tomatoes and say, here, use these. You're okay. Because it's out of your hands then. It's not your decision. So how can it be wrong? You might have got it wrong, but if somebody else is telling you what it is, then, you know. Right, let's wrap it up then. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you find next week as inspiring as we have done the last 2 weeks. I'm really inspired. I just need to get time to do stuff. Tracy, I hope you find some time in between work to get some things done. And I'm very excited to see what Risha's dragon looks like, or at least what colour he is. I think she'll be able to tell us by next week. Inspired and dragging things out right now. Excellent. That's what Sunday evenings are for. Oh, she's Wicked Red with 2 Ds. Wicked D _red. Oh, she can type it in there. Oh, redhead, sorry. All righty. Let's stop there for the day and let's go make stuff.